Good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. Okay, today I noticed my teaching set kind of got all wonky. We are doing NF4 teaching set 3, so make sure you have that in front of you. It is a review of what we did yesterday. We are just going to go a little bit deeper and see how it says show answers as mixed and improper. So we'll end up getting the improper fraction first, and then I'm going to practice turning that into a mixed fraction, a mixed number, by dividing that improper fraction. So that's what we're working on today. So we are showing that we can take a whole number and multiply it by a fraction and get an improper fraction, and then also convert it to a mixed fraction. So have your teaching set in front of you. And I will zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so we are looking at number 1. Okay, can you guys see that? Okay, number 1. Okay, so just like yesterday, we are going to put all of those whole numbers over a 1. So 5 over 1. Times 2/4. So we're multiplying numerators straight across, denominators straight across. Okay, some of you I noticed were adding your numerators instead of multiplying. So make sure that you look at that sign. It's multiply. So 5 times 2 is 10 over 1 times 4 is 4. So there's our improper fraction. That's the answer for an improper fraction. And now we're going to turn that into a mixed number by dividing it. So we're going to use the 10 here, and then the 4 is our divisor. Okay, and then we'll get our quotient up here. So how many times can 4 go into 10? 4, 8, 12 is too many, so 2 times. So we put that above here, above the 0. Okay. We kind of skipped the first part. First, we would look if it goes into the 1, but it doesn't. That would be 0 times. So 0. Now, how many times? So then we move over to and put the next digit with it. So how many times does 4 go into 10? 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. And then we subtract. 10 take away 8 is 2. So now we start up here. This is our quotient. And then we're going to have left, we have a remainder. So that becomes a fraction. 2 and 2/4. So this equals 2 and 2/4. If you look at 2/4, you could see also that it is 1/2. So 2 and 1/2. Okay. There was something, I was going to have you write your division order. So you're going to go divide, multiply, subtract, bring it down. For the most part, we're not going to have any bring it downs this time, I don't think. Okay, let's move on to number 2. So 3 over 1. So 3 times 3 is 9 over 1 times 4 is 4. That's our improper fraction. Now we're going to change that into a mixed number. So 9 divided by 4. 9 divided by 4. How many times does 4 go into 9? 4, 8. So 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Subtract. 9 take away 8 is 1. And then we don't have another number here to bring it down, so we're done. So we start up here. It goes in 2 and 1/4. So you always want to go this direction, to the right. 2 and 1/4. Okay? And that is in its smallest form, its simplest form. So we leave it 2 and 1/4. Okay, moving on to number 3. 7 over 1. So see how important it is to get done in Moby Max with your fact fluency. So if you're not on Fact Fluency in Moby Max, make sure you are doing that. I'm looking, and a lot of you are done. A lot of you need to finish though, and you need to be working on that every day. Do 2 lessons of Fact Fluency every day. 2 times 3 is 21. 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, so now we're going to, that's our improper fraction. We're going to take 21 and divide it by 5. 21 divided by 5. How many times does 5 go into 2? 0. So we go to the next digit, put them together. How many times does 5 go into 21? 5, 10, 15, 20. So it goes in 4 times. Okay, then we multiply. 5 times 4 is 20. Then we subtract. So 1 take away 0 is 1, and 2 take away 2 is 0. Nothing else to bring down. So our answer is 4 and 1/5. 4 and 1/5. Okay. Remember, if you're typing this in, you can use that slash. So when you're typing this in, 4 space, leave a space here, 1 and /5. That's how you're going to write a mixed number on the computer. 4 space 1/5. Okay, moving on to, moving on to number 4. 7 over 1. So 7 times 6 is, I'm going to give you time to think about that. 7 times 6. Okay, 42 over 1 times 5. Okay, there's our mixed, or our improper fraction. We're going to turn that into a mixed number. So 42 divided by 5. So how many times does 5 go into 4? 0. And then, so put it together with the next digit. How many times does 5 go into 42? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 8 times. So 5 times 8 is 40. And then we subtract. 2 take away 0 is 2. So our answer is 8 and 2/5. So equals 8 and 2/5. 8 and 2/5. Okay, number 5. Okay, 2 times 13. 2 times 13, if you can't do that one in your head, remember you can write 13 times 2 and multiply it this way. So 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. So 26 over 1 times 8. 1 times 8 is 8. So we're going to take 26 and divide it by 8 to get our mixed number. 26 divided by 8. Okay, so divide. How many times does 8 go into 2? That would be 0. So how many times does 8 go into 26? That's our dividing. 8, 16, 24, 32. So 4 is too many, so it's only 3. So we'll put 3, and then we multiply. 8 times 3. 8 times 3, 24. Then we subtract. 6 take away 4. So 4, 5, 6. That's 2. Then we start up here and we say 3 and 2/8. 3 and 2/8. We can also divide both of these by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So this equals 3 1/4. That's in its simplest form because both of these, the numerator and the denominator, can be divided by 2. So we can make this even smaller. Okay, 6/1. If you just leave it as 3 2/8, that's fine too. Okay, so multiply our numerators. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 times 9 is 9. Okay, that's our improper. Now we're going to divide. 12 divided by 9. How many times does 9 go into 12? Only 1. So 9 times 1 is 9. Make sure you line that up under the 2 because that's the 1's place. Then we subtract 9. 12 take away 9. I'm just going to count on. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 3. So our answer is 1 3/9 equals 1 3/9. But when I look at 3/9, I see that both 3 and 9 are divisible by 3. So I can say 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 3 divided by 3 is 3. So I could say the answer is 1 1/3. Okay. I think I'm actually just going to do one more row, even though there's 12 of them. I'm going to just do, I'm just going to do 3 more down here. Okay. So let's look at 3/1. Okay, I gotta move my page up because my pencil's hitting the computer. Okay, so, okay, 3/1. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 6 is 6. How many times does 6 go into 15? So that's our improper fraction. So we're going to divide 15 by 6. So 15 divided by 6. How many times does 6 go into 15? 6, 12, 18. That's too many. 3 is too many, so it's only 2. 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. Then we subtract. 5 take away 2 is 3. So now we start at the top and we say 2 3/6. 2 3/6. But when I look at my fraction here, I can see that 3 is half of 6. So this is, we can reduce this number to 1/2. So equals 2 1/2. Okay. And 8/1. 8 times 2. 8 times 2. Is it 2? Wait, sorry, 7. 8 times 7. 8 times 7 is 56. And 1 times 8 is 8. So there's our improper fraction. Some of you are already going, oh, you know what? I know that 56 divided by 8 is 7. But we're going to look at that. 56 divided by 8. How many times can 8 go into 56? If you know your multiples or your factors, for your fact fluency, 8 times 7 is 56. So you don't have a remainder. So the answer is just 7. So 56/8 equals 7 wholes. Okay, and the last one we're going to do, number 9, 7/1. So 7 times 9, 63. 1 times 5 is 5. There's our improper fraction. And now we're going to take our 63, divide it by 5. Oh, we get a bring down here. So divide. How many times does 5 go into 6? Yeah, just once. 5 times 1 is 5. Going to subtract. 7 take away 5 is 1. Now we get to bring down that 3. And then we start all over. Divide. How many times does 5 go into 13? 5, 10, so 2. Then we multiply. 5 times 2, just the 2 that you just put up there. 5 times 2, we're in the tens place. I mean the ones place now. 5 times 2 is 10. Then we subtract. 3 take away 0 is 3. And we have nothing else to bring down. So 12 and 3/5 is how we read that. 12 and 3/5. So one of the ways that if we look at our numbers here, our mixed fractions, one of the ways that you know that you're doing it correctly is to look back at your denominator. So whatever your denominator is in the improper fraction, that's still going to be your ending denominator in your mixed fraction. Okay, so 4, we started with the fourths, and there it is in the mixed fraction again. Fifths. That's what's in the mixed fraction. Here we started with fifths. That's a mixed fraction. The only time it changes would be when you're reducing. Like if you look at number 6 again, if you're reducing your number, and so you have it in ninths, your fraction's in ninths, but you see that you can reduce it. That's the only time it's going to change. The denominator is going to change, is when you're reducing it into its simplest form. So now it's your job to do student set number 3. Simplify your answers. So get it in improper fraction and then into a mixed number. And then if you have any questions, please, 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 please either let me know in Class Dojo or in Google Classroom or in Talking Points, however you want to. You can email me, however you want to do it. Make sure you get your questions in so I can help you if you need any help. All right, see you on the next video.